Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Oceana, and good afternoon to everyone on this Tuesday, the last day of March. Welcome to the show. The third part of the show today is about casseroles. Now, with casseroles and the winter months coming, what better way to come home to a nice, hearty, warm casserole? And to tell us more about that, joining me in the studio, the man of the moment from St. Ives. Good afternoon, Michael. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Barry. Great to be in the studio with you. Sorry we can't be at St. Ives today, but this will have to do.
And, towards the end of the show, we will give you an explanation on what is happening with the St. Ives Cave building again, in case you missed the first video. Well, now on to the casseroles. A casserole, guys, is a nice hearty casserole with either chicken, beef, lamb, barley, vegetable, you name it, it's all there. Here's my outsider now with his opening sequence on this.
On sequence on making a casserole.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not too experienced in that, Barry. You might have to talk me through it.
Okay, well, I think I've just lost my outsider there for a minute, so yes, you need a good casserole pot or a dish that will go in the oven, guys. Make sure that it is that is that it is proof. Because if you don't have proof casserole dishes and you put something in there that's not oven proof, your dish will crack. Is my outsider.
Absolutely. Too many pots have been destroyed by being put into the oven when they're not oven proof, so definitely make sure you check the label of your dish. Nice ceramic deep dish is what I like to make a casserole out of. How about you, Barry?
The same thing, Michael. Or a Pyrex dish.
Oh, yes.
And on the subject of Pyrex dishes, what about making macaroni and cheese?
Fantastic. Pyrex would do the job, I reckon.
And how do you make macaroni and cheese? Well, simple, guys. Make up a cheese sauce using flour, butter, milk, salt and pepper, and ground nutmeg, and then add the grated cheese and some 2 eggs and some cottage cheese. Yum,
Yeah, no.
and then you mix all the ingredients together, spoon in your Pyrex dish. It has to be greased before you put it in, and then you bake in the oven for 35 minutes until the top is set. If the macaroni and cheese is browning too quickly, cover it with foil. And voila, you've got some macaroni and cheese. And what about a tuna casserole? And drain some tuna, add some mixed vegetables, some cooked rice, and then make a cheese sauce, and then sprinkle it with grated cheese, and again bake in the oven until nice and golden on the top.
Oof. Sounds good, Barry. That's some real wintertime soul food, isn't it?
And comfort food as well. So
That's right.
the Casseroles guys, you'll be wanting to come home to that. And what about a nice hot pudding to end with? Now, what about a saucing chocolate pudding, which we'll close the show with? You can't go wrong. Okay, make up a pudding mix, then put in the microwave and add your chocolate sauce. And then you've got a nice, hearty, warm dessert to finish the meal. What do you say to that, Mike?
Sounds pretty good, mate. I might have to try that tonight myself.
And and with the beef casserole, you guys, you need to be very careful about the pots you are using. Make sure you read the instructions on how to use your slow cooker before you start. And it's no good making a casserole in a slow cooker unless you know how to use it. Because if something goes wrong, the dish is ruined. We can tell you that now. Before we get into our closing sequence, another idea is having macaroni mince in a casserole dish. Okay, like it's with macaroni and some mince, okay? Cook your mince and mixed veggies and whatever other ingredients that you may have, and you can serve with some grated cheese on the top or grill the top in the oven. So there are a few these are some of the casseroles and things like that. And guys, if you'd like a tuna bake, look up a recipe for that. And what does my offsider say to that?
It's a great idea. I never thought about doing a macaroni mince casserole dish. That's a really great idea. I might have to try that.
And and um, and casseroles, guys, you just can't go wrong. And they are so versatile. You can even have some for lunch the next day whilst you're at home. Well, that's the end of the casserole segment and basis and all of that. Now it's time for the closing segment. My closing segment today is on our seaside building. Now, usually we are there, but like I said this morning on the show, we are not there because of the coronavirus. Now, Michael normally would be there too, but he's here in the studio with me, and like I said earlier in the day, it's for our own protection, guys, and safety. Michael, have you got any comments to make about that?
Well, it is a shame that we're not able to go to Snipes, but we've got to do our part, like everyone else does, to limit our social interactions. We got to stay home and stop the spread of this virus.
So we can't even walk up to the shops.
We can go outside if we want to. It's important for us to get some sunshine and some fresh air, but we really want to limit the amount of interaction with other people. And going to the shops is inevitably we're going to have interactions with others. So we're trying to prevent that.
Like we know that you want to go up to the shops, but get someone to get whatever you need for you.
Mm.
And as frustrating as it is, we just have to follow the guidelines, unfortunately.
That's it.
And to close the show today, we'd like to say how important it is to abide by the rules of the coronavirus right now. Okay? And things you can do to stop yourself from getting bored, because okay, we know that it's frustrating that you have to stay home, but like my operator said, it's for our own protection, guys. So if you don't want to end up in hospital, guys, please do listen to what Michael and I are ending the show with today. And here he is to add his comment now before we wrap up today.
That's right, Barry. I agree with everything you said. It's important that we all do this together and to find things at home, wherever you live, to keep yourself busy, keep the spirits up, and to stay positive. Um, Very important. Things like doing your own YouTube channel, a great way to spend time and spend time with others around you.
So remember, our parting message today is drink plenty of fluids, like you said. See my today cup, the big one. I've got some warm water there, so that my throat doesn't dry out there. And stay 1.5 meters away. And this is where we are heading into the farewell message now. We hope that you have enjoyed the show today. Thank you for being with us today on this last day of March. A reminder before we do leave you, daylight saving finishes this Sunday morning, so instead of being 2 o'clock like it is now, it will be 1 o'clock. So those living in New South Wales, Tasmania, Victoria, the ACT, South Australia, Victoria, don't forget to put your clocks back 1 hour to Eastern Standard Time this Sunday morning on Saturday night before you go to bed. So 3 a.m. will become 2 a.m. And on that note, guys, it is time for Michael and I to bid you farewell. And thanks, Michael, for coming in today on the show and being in the studio.
My pleasure, Barry. Been great being with you.
And if you would like to subscribe to my videos, guys, all you've got to do is click subscribe and like. And with anything you'd like to know about, ask me a question. Send me a question on my Facebook and I will answer. And a message that I would like to end the show with today. Please do not ring 000 unless it is a time critical emergency. And here Michael now reminds you of that.
That's right, Barry. 000 is only for emergencies. If it's not an emergency and you would like the emergency services for other reasons, you can look up their numbers and call them, call the appropriate numbers.
And that's where we'd like to close the show now. Enjoy your casseroles and the recipes we've brought to you today. I'm Barry Fair. Thanks for joining me here today in the studio, and I look forward to your company tomorrow on the show for another food idea. And this time it's a honey and walnut sandwich. Ooh, and banana. So join me for that video tomorrow. And I might even talk about juices. So you never know. So from Michael and myself, from us now, it's good afternoon. And here he is to say his farewell now.
Great to be on the show, Barry. Been a long time watcher of your YouTube videos, and I always enjoy them. So thanks again. And for everyone watching, stay healthy and stay safe out there.
And remember, don't go out unless you need to. And that's all we've got time for. Thanks for your company today on the food show, and we look forward to your company the next time around. Until tomorrow then, I'm Barry Fair from all the entire team at Oceana House and my special guest, Michael. We wish you a very good afternoon. Bye for now.